The Azande are an ethnic group of north-central Africa. They live primarily in the northeastern part of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, in south-central and southwestern part of South Sudan, and in southeastern Central African Republic. The Congolese Azande live in Oriental Province, specifically along the Uele River, Isiro, Dungu, Kisangani and Arima. The Central African Azande live in the districts of Rafai, Bangassou and Obo. The Azande of South Sudan live in central and western Equatoria states, Yai, Maridi, Jambio and Tombora. History. In the early 19th century, the Bandia people ruled over the Vungara, and the two groups became the Azande people. They lived in the savannas of what is now the southeastern part of Central African Republic. After the death of the king's sons would fight for succession. The losing son would often establish kingdoms in neighboring regions, making the Azande kingdoms spread eastward and northward. Sudanese raids halted some of northward expansion later in the 19th century. The Azande became divided by Belgium, France, and Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. Name and language. The word Azande means the people who possess much land, and refers to the history as conquering warriors. Variant spellings include Adio, Zande, Zande, Azande and Sanda. The name Niam was frequently used by foreigners to refer to the Azande in the 18th and early 19th century. This name is probably of Dinka origin, and means great eaters in that language, supposedly referring to cannibalistic propensities. This name for the Azande was in use by other tribes in South Sudan, and later adopted by Westerners. Today the name Niam is considered pejorative. Language. The Azande speak Zande, which they call Pa-Zande, which has an estimated 1.1 million speakers. Zande language is also used to refer to related languages in addition to Azande proper, including Adio, Barambu, Apambia, Jem, Kapatiri and Nakara. Demographics. The Azande population is spread over 3 Central African countries: South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Central African Republic. Azande territory extends from the fringes of the south-central and southwest upper basin of South Sudan to the semi-tropical rainforests in Congo, and into the Central African Republic. Estimates of Azande speakers reported in SIL Ethnologue are 730,000 in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, 62,000 in the Central African Republic and 350,000 in South Sudan, amounting to a total population of just above 1 million. Agriculture. After World War II, the British government tried to encourage cotton cultivation in southern Sudan in a program known as the Zande Scheme. The program largely failed, partly because of the Azan's relative isolation to trading ports. Because of this isolation, many Azande have moved to towns closer to major roads. The Azande are mainly small-scale farmers. Crops include maize, rice, groundnuts, sesame, cassava and sweet potatoes. Fruits grown in the area include mangoes, oranges, bananas, pineapples, and also sugar cane. Zandeland is also full of palm oil and sesame. From 1998 to 2001, Zande agriculture was boosted since World Vision International bought agricultural produce. Since then, the Azande have hunted and farmed millet, sorghum and corn. Major cash crops include cassava and peanuts. Traditional beliefs. Most Azande traditionally practiced an African traditional religion, but this has been supplanted to a large extent by Christianity. Other traditional beliefs include magic and witchcraft. Among the Azande, witchcraft is believed to be an inherited substance in the belly which leads a fairly autonomous existence, and has power to perform bad magic on one's enemies. Witches can sometimes be entirely unaware of the powers, and can accidentally strike people to whom the witch wishes no evil, because witchcraft is believed always to be present. There are several rituals connected to protection from and cancelling of witchcraft that are performed almost daily. When something out of the ordinary occurs, usually something unfortunate to an individual, the Azande may blame witchcraft, just as non-Zande people might blame bad luck. Oracles are a way of determining the source of the suspected witchcraft, and were for a long time the ultimate legal authority and the main determining factor in how one would respond to the threats. There was also a social institution similar to pederasty in ancient Greece. As E. Evans Pritchard recorded, male Zande warriors between 20 and 30 years of age in the northern Congo routinely took on young male lovers between the ages of 12 and 20, who participated in intercrural sex and sex with their older partners. The practice largely died out by the mid-19th century, after imperialist Europeans had gained colonial control of African countries, but was still surviving to sufficient degree that the practice was recounted in some detail to Evans Pritchard by the elders with whom he spoke. In a 1951 study, two anthropologists determined that in Azande culture, long, pendulous breasts were seen as most attractive on women. Gallery.